Hello again, lads. Rebecca here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Color Rush Studio design team layout using the new kit, the April 2025 kit from Color Rush Studio. I'm going to use some of these things here. I'm going to use this to map my photo. I'm going to use this as the background, and this is also going to be part of the background. And then we're going to pull in some of those fun embellishments, all the squishies. So this is my little Snapchat. We landed in Detroit, time for a drink, LOL, because it was still early in the morning, but we were on our way to Germany. So this is my European work trip. So we're gonna go ahead and get that done. So first and foremost, we're gonna come in and we're gonna trim the branding strip off the Blossom and Bees bright hexagons piece of paper. We're going to trim this down. And so now this is going to need an X-Acto knife. It's very sharp, so let's pray I don't cut myself. And we are going to cut a hole out of the middle, but we're just going to kind of go around and figure out our pattern. I'm going to try to make straight cuts through. So I'll do a little bit to show you guys how. So we're just making some straight cuts. So I do know I'm going to kind of tuck this over here because I'm kind of looking like my it's, you know, it is what it is on the layout and how I've got myself situated. So we're just going to try to stay right in the middle of this fun pattern paper. And we're just going to come in. And this is one of my very, very fun things to do, is just kind of come in and trim out I hope my head's not in the way. This pattern so we will have this pattern left over. I just got to make sure that you go far enough over, right? But I don't want it to be any kind of uniform, right? So as you can see here, I'm kind of getting that cut out. And then we're going to come back. So you're going to have these little bitty overhangs all over the place. You can use a ruler if you're afraid that your cuts are not going to be straight enough. But, or you can also go in and like distress the edges. So we're going to, let's go this way because that line's a little tight. And I know the photo's going down here, so I'm trying not to get like too crazy. But you can kind of see what I'm going for. And I just turn the paper as I need to turn it. And we're going to come in here. And let's go down. And then over, because I literally am just winging the design that I want. We're going to come back up. Then we're going to take that back over, and anywhere where I might need to like make a little adjustment or trim, we can also do some mixed media on the background, but I got to figure out which paper I want to do first. Do I want to do the green or do I want to do the coral? Okay, so now this in theory I'm gonna pop out this whole piece because I connected them. Let's see. So we've got that little guy that just popped out. And then we've got that left, which is fine. Let's see, let's come this way. That's what I was trying to do. Was to come back over here. And I do try to go in as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and finish a little bit of this, finish this up off screen, and I'll pull it out with you guys. Alright, so I've got my photo double matted, popped up on foam. Here's our fun cutout background, and then I did take the coral color. I thought it looked better. So I ended up using, to matte my photo, the green damask, and then the back side of it as well. It just looked really, really good, and it worked. So I said, boom. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna get this on here. So we know that's 12 by 12. So we're just gonna slightly trim just a little bit her off of the background. We're going to stick that on there, right? And just make sure that so that will all cover. And I'm going to do, so we're going to run our adhesive right on the edge of this background piece. So going forward, this paper is a little bit thinner than quality, but that is not Color Rush Studios' problem. They were looking for a new printer, so there was like a situation. So in order to get you guys these fabulous kits in a timely manner, which I love these kits, you guys. So the paper is just a little bit thinner, but going forward it will get thicker and be back to our normal standard quality. I just wanted to let everyone know not to worry. So we're going to go ahead and just make sure that all sides are covered. I'm going to get that stuck on there. So for those little bits there, we'll fix them in a minute. Okay, that's going to be fine. I'm not even going to attempt to get it. We're going to push that over, and then I'm just going to trim off this because it doesn't actually have to be straight, right? I'm just going to come it, whoa, a little wet from the adhesive. I'm also cutting it at a weird angle, so don't mind me. All right. I got that. I boogered it all up. Way to go, Rebecca. All right. So I was thinking for these fun little outliners, we can pop them up. But we're going to stick, well, that's not going to work. We're going to stick this right over here. So even though I did all that hard work, we're just going to come in and cut out this little cluster because we can use that elsewhere, right? So we're going to get that stuck down there. I have glue on my finger. Now because it's going on top mixed media, we're going to do both, which I kind of always do both anyway, of the adhesives, dry and liquid. And let's put it right there. Like I said, then we'll just figure out what we're going to do with those. But I do want to come in with some foam. And to get it popped up right. So until I figure out where I'm going to put everything, I'm just going to make sure the foam's there. I'm not actually going to, you know, stick it down. But just all these little pieces that are sitting out, we're just going to pop up to add some interest, dimension, or however your proper grammar needs to be said, because Lord knows I don't have proper grammar. I try, but it just eludes me. Okay. Okay, so I think I do want to just get these stuck down. I need one there. Need one here. Even if nothing else is added to this, you guys, I really love it. So I did bend that, but you're not going to be able to tell because it's got a little bit of the dimension just so that it's sitting up. Like I said, just for interest, for the sake of interest at this point. This kit is so gorgeous, and it just gets me all ready for the warmer weather here in the Midwest, which right now it's like going between super sunny and super downpour storm. So I need this to move out so that I can have safe travels on Tuesday, which by the time you guys see this, I will have already traveled and may even be back. I don't remember, quite frankly. Oh yeah, I'll have already been back for a week by the time you guys see this, but I'm flying out in 2 days. So today is Sunday, it's the end of March. I'm flying out April 1st. So we'll have so many fun things to scrap when I get back. This is probably pretty boring, and I probably should just pause the video. Alas, I did not. Okay. So we've got that. Now let's find some of these fun things. When I said time for a drink, we're going to interpret that as a cup of tea. Right? So let's go ahead and see if we can put one there that was not spring, so I'm not going to go with the whole spring thing. We can maybe, oh, I do like that there. So I am going to go liquid adhesive because lump and bump and the grit going on there. What if we went this way and just made it work? I don't like that, so we're just going to tuck it in, wipe up that excess. Put that one there. I do like that. Which wasn't my birthday. I love the little bunnies. I want to put a little bunny on here. Not that he has anything to do with my trip, but dang it, he's cute. Okay, I like the yellow one there. What if we put, nope, I like the yellow one there, but I don't want the blue with the blue bunny. We'll just go with that, okay. I feel like we can have a couple carrots, right? So we don't really celebrate Easter. Our kids are grown. So the Easter Bunny doesn't visit us anymore. And that's okay. I want to put that there. So let's just grab some of these little foams. And just put them right there in the middle. You can't see what I'm doing, and I'm not trying not to put any because I'm not 100% sure that that is completely dry, but I was impatient, and I've got like 3 other layouts that are drying from mixed media because boy have I felt mixed media-ish today. We're just going to pop that right there. And then let's get the little funny bunny here. We're going to get him stuck right there, and then I want to pop this one up, but I don't want to use the same dimension of foam that I keep using, so we're going to go with this one. Okay, and then we're going to set him, set this little teacup right there. Let's get this one stuck. This little carrot. A little carrot there. We're going to stick this little carrot, which is not really a little carrot, but you know, right there kind of as the base. And we're only going to have the 2 clusters. What's my title going to be? We got to think of a title. And stick that carrot there. So we do have these little wordy bits. And where do we want to put the title? I think if we connect it, so we could do like, I'm just going to pull them out and I'm going to spell out Europe. Europe. Okay. Oh man, I broke this whole sticker just in case you wanted to like totally rip that entire thing off. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. That's how you know it's going to be really good and sticky, right? Because you can't get the back off. And I prefer that. I'd rather know it's going to stick than when I'm going through my layouts to put them away or whatnot and everything fall off. Oh my goodness, that is super sticky. So maybe we just leave that on there for a minute. See if I can get it all in blue. That would be, oh no, come on. Let me have the backing. It's really sticky, so I'm trying to avoid it getting it stuck and then having to move it. E-U-R-O P It's alright, it's fine. Do Europe. Okay. So let's go with that. Alright. So now I gotta try to peel these back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do Europe, and then we're gonna do trip in the green, right? So T R. Did you hear that? See, I told you. It was just sunshine and now it's pouring down rain again. So we're going to do Europe trip. So I'm going to peel all those off, obviously off screen. You guys don't want to see that. So it's going to be painstaking. And I'm going to get that title on there to connect it, and then I'm going to pull out some other little embellies, and we'll finish this as soon as we get back. Alright, so I went ahead and added the little wood snail, and I colored him darker just so he would pop so it can matches that's going on. I've used the umbrella and I put in the little sequins. Remember that this piece was pink, but I went ahead and added the blue because it was in there and I thought it worked better. We've got the Europe trip on there. This is all very glued down and very fun. So I do want to get some sequins. I can't see with my glasses on. So we're going to come in and we're going to add some sequins. I kind of feel like we need to maybe. There we go. We're gonna fill up the cup and then kind of have them trailing down, right? Let's see what that looks like. That might not work out. Sometimes my ideas don't, but I think it's going to look pretty snazzy. I'm going to tuck some of them under. I love these little flower bits. They're very, very, very cute. I'm just using a jewel picker, nothing exciting there. Let's get one of those in there as well. Maybe not layered up on that like such. Not really the way that I envisioned it, right? So let's go ahead and put a couple more in here. Just start popping them down. So if I can get one to hang off, right? And this pink one. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. And then let's just go ahead and sprinkle some of these around here using all the colors because they're so fun, and the sequins do just add that extra bit of something that is needed, right? That a layout might otherwise be missing. Usually I sprinkle them around at random, so then we'll just put a few up there. I just find them to be really cute. Digging the sequin mixes, right? Let's put a few there. Let's pop a few in here. So let's see, we'll get them sprinkled around. So don't forget to check out the store. All the links are down below. It is a must-see shop. You need to go. You need to love it. You need to make it your go-to for everything because I pick up a lot of my stuff there, you guys. Like so many cute little embellishments. All the little bits, extras and bits, right? They're super cute. So we're going to put that back in now. They have sequin mixes to boot, so that makes me happy. I've got a new sequin dealer, and it's Color Rush Studio. Plus, they have all kinds of fun background stuff, and I have just my little random sequin dish there, right? All right. So I think that's going to do it. I don't really want to add anything else because I'm really loving this, and it's a good way to start my really long journey that I had to get to Europe. But so we got our little cups, and then this one as well, and then we've got the rain, the umbrella. I like the title, That Will Never Come Off. So this is a very, very fun layout. I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you later with another video.